Toastmaster. See, we make mistakes. Hi, Ryan. Thank you.
It's a beautiful day, 70 degrees in March. What are we doing inside? How about we canvass me and go to the park? Okay. Our tour guide has spent more time in some parks than weasels. And by weasels, I mean weasels in the zoo, not weasels taking bailout plans. This is Project 4 from the Competent Communicator book, Fresh Air for the Soul. I'd like to introduce our speaker for today, Michael Klarreich.
Thank you. I have some handouts here. Just a few, so perhaps I'll pass them along and take a look. There's a Zen story of a novice monk who sat out night after night in meditation. Finally, the master, representing the genealogy of enlightened Buddhist teachers, came to him at 3 a.m. and asked him, "What are you doing? Can't you see I'm trying to get enlightened?" How do you know that while you're trying to catch up with enlightenment, enlightenment isn't behind trying to catch up with you? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests, sometimes we too feel the need to stop, stretch out, and smell the flowers. Now, a park's a great place to do this. But what better park than Balboa Park, just a mile up the road? I'd like to take you on a little stroll of Balboa Park and some of the flowers that I found there. Before I begin, however, I'd like you to take a moment to stop and feel yourself sitting in your chair. Where does it press against you? You feel comfortable, relaxed. Now we'll begin with an early morning walk in a grassy expanse along 6th Avenue. The fog still clings to the ground. The moist air of the earth rises up to you, carrying the fragrance of the eucalyptus trees. Here you are sheltered from the traffic noise. You are invited by the grassy expanse, and you're protected by the trees along the path. You feel cradled, comforted, and secure. This is fresh air for the soul. On the left, a dead tree spreads its branches loping along the ground. With its gray withered wood, it's like an ancient tarantula striding along to meet its sweetie. There's another kind of wood in a recent exhibit at the Mingei Museum. Contemporary furniture by masters right here in our region. You see the beautiful texture of the slats. Doesn't it make you want to caress the wood? And how about the regal curve of the back? How would you feel sitting here? This jewel box completely embodies the security it's meant to convey. The precise details of the design make it look like a safe. Doesn't it make you want to pull out the drawers and feel them snap shut? Then the beautiful bevels, like eaves, cover it, making it seem like a fortress protecting the contents. Isn't it wonderful how art makes that magic place where sense and imagination mix? Across the street is my favorite place by far, the Cafe of the Museum of Art. You can sit under a tree or warm in the sun, gazing at the glorious sculptures and the children playing around. There's an international parade of visitors, families, and lovers who come to take their ease and to take their lunch. Often the food is as artistic as the exhibits inside. Whether you're reading a book or listening to your iPod or sipping carrot ginger soup, this is a wonderful place to relax and connect with your senses. The fresh air for the soul. Now when you're tired of sitting, there are so many ways to walk. I love the road that goes behind the museum to the old globe. It's like a country lane, trees, shrubbery, and fragrant flowers lining this peaceful way. But when it's hot, I prefer the shaded walkways along the buildings, feeling the breeze course around me. At the end of these colonnades is the main fountain. Walk along the rim, and at some point you'll feel the delightful spray tantalize you. Fresh air for the body. On our way to the zoo, the village grill reminds me of the complex experience of a simple hot dog. First you bite through the chewy bun, and then the sausage gives way suddenly with a satisfying snap. The sour mustard blends with the bland sweetness of the bun and the tangy chunks of the relish. It's fresh air for the mouth. A little further, we're hit by a musky, acrid odor. What is that? It's like a barnyard. Oh, it's the petting paddock on the other side of the fence. As we continue along this sinuous way, our last stop is the Soaring with the Sky Party. As we sit facing backwards, the mountains spreading out before us, the trees, the grounds, the buildings below us, we can feel our very being expand. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a stroll through the park, and we've stopped to smell the flowers. But this isn't just an idle pleasure, an idle fantasy. There's a lesson for us in the story of the monk. Have you ever felt while you were working hard on a project, suddenly an insight dawns and you realize, oh, there's a much faster and better way to do this. And wouldn't you have liked to have that sooner? Well, it may very well be that while you're working so hard towards your goal, this insight is behind you, trying to catch up. Hey, wait a minute, I gotta tell you something. An excellent way to stop our mental chatter is to connect with our sensory experience. How we are right now. In this way, we can be in touch with ourselves and our intuition. And this is what I mean by fresh air for the soul. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Michael, for that wonderful